Greetings everyone, TLP here, aka the Booger Picker. Why the Booger Picker, you may ask? Because more often than not, I get the booger picks as opposed to the clickety clicks. But what I have for you today is assortment of warded locks. For those who follow my channel, been watching my videos, I got a package the other day with 12 locks plus a bonus lock. And one of the locks in there was this master warded lock right here. And we see it's one of these where I don't know exactly what type of lock you'd call it, what you'd call this, but it's the whole shackle comes out. And as you can see from the key and the keyhole, it is a warded lock, no problem. But if I can get it, it comes out. And the other day when I did the mail call, I uploaded it yesterday. I noticed that this was a warded lock, and I mentioned on camera, I was like, well, I've got a skeleton key around here somewhere that I made out of an old Yale warded lock key. I don't have the lock for that key, so I just ground it down to make a skeleton key. And I looked for it briefly, and I couldn't find it, and I mentioned, I probably edited into the video. Well, I didn't edit it into the video, I just decided to make a new video. And, I'm like, how easy is it to open a warded lock? It's not like you're picking anything, you just stick the skeleton key in there and you turn it and it opens. So I figured I'd get out a couple of my warded locks. Some of these will open relatively easy with the skeleton key I have fashioned. Some won't. Some are kind of tricky. So we're going to see if we can't get some of these open. But here's the skeleton key right here. Here, let's turn it up. You can see it if I can get it to focus. Focus. It's an old Yale key, and it was a warded, a key for a Yale warded lock. And I just went in there and I ground down the sides and I left the tips on the end, the teats on each end. And the thing was, I am doing some scavenging. I come across these three locks. These three locks here, and these two are mastered. They say 22 on there. Both of them do here. I'll show you so you can see this. Right here at the top, they both say 22, so I'm going to assume that's the kind of lock they are. And they're warded locks, and I had no key for them, right? One of them will open pretty easy with the key. The other one won't, but that was the thing. I come across these two locks, and then this one also. And this is pretty much the same lock. It's just, it says Hardware House. Registered trademark. So it's basically a knockoff if you ask me. I mean, they look exactly the same and everything. So, I sat down one day and I just took that key, because I got a whole bucket of keys over there that go to, I have no idea what, but I got this one out and I ground it down, and I fine-tuned it just to see if I could, make Homebrew fashion a skeleton key that would open these two. Well, like I said, I got this one in the mail the other day, so there we go. But anyway, with all that said, you know me, I like to ramble. We're going to see. We'll do this one first right here. You've already seen it work, but it will open this. You got to get it to go in there. And you can't go all the way to the right. For those who don't know, most of you know, a warded lock, basically, the inside of it, from the way I understand it, it's basically got two little bars that would rest on either side of the shackle. They're basically thin pieces of metal. Sometimes it's like a paperclip size. Sometimes it's, it's two little pieces of metal either way, what you're doing is you're sticking this key up in between them two pieces of metal, and when you turn it, it separates those pieces of metal. And it unclamps from the shackle and it allows it to come out. Now the thing is, depending on the lock, you never know exactly where those two pieces of metal are. So you never know exactly where to put that part in there to get it to work. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta gotta feel around for it, and you'll usually feel it because when you do it, it's springy. So when you go to turn it, you'll feel some resistance, but there is give. Now, if you put it in there and you go to turn it, and it's all resistance and no give, no leeway, yeah, don't bend your skeleton key because you're caught on the warding inside the lock. But this one opens, and if I can get it to go in there, it'll go in there. Not all the way. I realized I had to back it off just a little bit to find the sweet spot, and I think that's it right there. The thing is, I thought that was it right there. Oh, come on. I opened it. Sometimes if it won't turn one way, you can always try it the other way. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And sometimes, like I say, that piece of warding in there, and I throw this out there, I noticed it on some of these other locks. It's only biting down on one side of the shackle. So if you stick that warded key in there, let me get that back out. If you stick that warded key in there and you feel the resistance and you go to turn it and it doesn't open up, try to push it if you can. Try to angle it toward the side where you know it's biting down on that shackle. That way you'll get the maximum. Hopefully y'all understand this. You know, if it's you'll get it in there, and you can separate it, and you'll get the maximum amount of spread between those two pieces of metal on the side where it's actually binding the shackle. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? But we got that one open, so let's get it out of the way. Now these up here, yeah, some of them are open, some of them won't, some of them, they're tricky. This one right here, basic old cheap lock. I see so many of these for sale on eBay, and it's a warded lock, and they'll sell them like this. Warded, and they won't say it's a warded lock. They say padlock, and they don't put anything next to it, so you see how big it is or nothing. Yeah, be careful. If you ever see a lock that looks like this, designed like this, just the way this is shaped, that's a warded lock. You're not getting a pin tumbler lock. You're not getting anything. It's a cheapo lock. But, see, it pops open. Now, the thing is, this key, that one's kind of sticky. This key will work sometimes. Let's see if I can get it to work for you folks. See what I'm saying? Sometimes you put this key, when you stick it in there, you angle it toward one shackle or the other. And if I can get it to go in there right. Yeah, don't tell me it's not going to open for us. Like I say, sometimes it'll open, sometimes it won't. Now these little teats got to be far enough apart. All that. Come on. Sometimes you gotta hold the lock and it pulls the shackle Sometimes you gotta push it just to get it to do right. Yes, it don't look like it's going to open. It's camera shy. Because I just made sure it would open before I turned that camera on. Now it don't want to open. Here, let's turn it the other way. Yep, there it is. We got it. Like I said, you got to turn it both ways. You got to jiggle it around in there sometimes. All right, let's get that one out of the way. Okay, now, let's see. This one right here is tricky. This one right here, I can get it open. Let's see if we can get this one open. The thing is, they're both the same lock, but this one's a little easier to get open. That one, I may not even be able to get that one open, but let's see. You get it in there. I can feel it. It starts to give resistance, but you can feel it springy. You turn that key 90 degrees. And yeah, it's not going to want to open for us. Like I say, these locks get camera shy. Come on. Oh, there we go. We got that one open. Alright, let's try this one. Same lock. Like I said, this one's just a little, it doesn't like to play well with others. Alright, I feel the resistance. I got it 90 degrees. Let's see. Yeah, it's still catching. Alright, let's try turning it the other direction. And get it to turn that direction. Yeah, it don't look like that was going to open for us. You always try this. Don't ask me why it makes a difference. You take it out, spin that key around, and put it back in there and try it again. Alright. Just don't want to open it for us on camera. It's being camera shy. I'll say this too. If you ever see any of those like really small warded locks like you'd see on like an old cheap your sister's diary or your daughter's diary, depending on, you know, how old you are. It's a warded lock, little tiny cheap warded lock. I have opened, I've got a few of those, and I've opened those with a double ball pick, which is basically for a wafer lock. Double ball pick, snowman pick, whatever you want to call it. I've used this to open some of them little tiny, quote unquote, diary type warded locks. Just a heads up for anybody. This one doesn't look like it's going to open. Let's take the key out, spin it around. Try this one more time. Yeah, it's not going to open for us. That's alright. We're going to call that one a fail. We done boogered that one up. We got us a booger pick right there. This one right here, sometimes I can get this one open. Not always. I mean, you turn it and you barely feel the resistance of the spring opening, but it opens up. So we got that one open. We'll get that one out of the way. Now let's try this. I can't remember if this one opens or not. This says on here, it says Master Lock. It says 209. I don't know if that's the model number or if that's just some sort of serial number. Let's see. Let's see if we can't get this one open. I can't remember if this one's opened or if I've ever, I can't remember. I think I've gotten this one open with this key. Yeah, I remember now. It's kind of hard to get this key to go in here. It doesn't quite want to fit through that keyhole. You kind of got to get it in at an angle. But it'll go in there. If you can get it to go down in there, I think we'll get us an open. Yeah, I can feel it. I feel it. It's in the right place. Is it going to open? That's the question. Like I said, if you can't get it to open, try turning it the other direction. Yeah, it's not going to work. And then angle your key one way toward one shackle or the other. And that might doesn't want to turn that way. Yeah. Yeah, we may get a booger pick on this one too. Let's just see. Let's keep trying. Alright, let's take that out and spin that key around and try this one more time the other direction. We can get it to go down in there. Now that ain't gonna go in the hole. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to open. Yeah, I don't think that one's going to open for us today. That's alright though. Maybe that did it. Nope. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we're just going to call this one a booger picker right here. That's alright though. But there you go. That's a warded lock. And then like I said, I basically took here, let's show you this master lock key. I basically took that Yale key right there. It was similar to this. I basically took it and I ground I don't know the term, the fins off of each side, and just left the tip. Now, on that one, I had to grind it. I had to grind that tip down just a little bit on either side to get it to fit into that keyhole. But yeah, I don't have me a set of actual skeleton warded the warded lock picks or skeleton keys that you can buy, that different shapes. I don't have any of those. They want to order some, but I don't come across too many warded locks. But yeah, that's all you do. I mean, you can see the difference in the two. You basically grind the edges of it off and leave just enough meat. And that'll usually open, that'll open, 70-80% of your warded locks out there. If you can get this to go in that keyway, you just kind of work with it, play with it. Push and pull that shackle. Like I say, you put it in there. And you got to find the right depth. When you go to turn it, you'll feel a little bit of resistance, but it will have some give, right? And sometimes it'll pop up, sometimes not. But you pull on this shaker, you hold the lock, and you pull it back with your finger. Push it or whatever. If that doesn't work, kind of angle that key toward one side or the other as much as you can, and then turn it. And like I said, I found that if I can't get it, sometimes if you take the key out and spin it all the way around and stick it back in there. And then when you turn it, try turning it one way and the other way. Try all the possibilities. And, pretty much it'll give you an open most of the time. But with that, I'll say we got 4 click. I don't know if you call these clickety clicks, but we're going to call it that. We got 4 clickety clicks and 2 booger picks. But with that, I'll end this one like I end them all. Keep it safe, keep it legal, and good picking. Booger Picker out.